everyone, I'm Mika the Shadowbeast, and welcome back once again to the Groom of Gallagher Mansion. Today we are doing the truth ending, and I know which ones to do because it's the only ones I haven't picked yet. So here we go. We are going to skip right to the flower picking. The live flower. The live flowers, they're so delicate looking compared to the others. I think they'll make a perfect understated centerpiece.
I see. They may be delicate, but they're passionate.
Yay.
Lyre flowers, also known as bleeding hearts, lady in a bath, or even
Oh,
Venus's
is that
car,
what they are?
flowers representative of a kind soul.
Bleeding hearts, my mom used to have some of those. I need to get some of those. I really like them, they're very pretty. They're perfect.
And what other perfect petals may we pick for this bouquet? There are many accoutrements to select from. I trust you to choose well.
I will. Let me see. My hand gravitates towards a bunch of simple white flowers to go with the live flowers, while I ignored Taylor's childish whining over the earpiece.
Ah, white poppies. They live in the realm of dreams, and kindness, and consolation.
Okay. More white roses. Something simple and basic.
Flowers of purity, reverence, secrecy.
Oh no! My instincts lead me to a handful of tiny little purple pinpoints of petals for an accent, I suppose.
The stone crops are tranquil, serene. A cure for a broken heart.
He looks so sad. Oh no. Good choices so far? I found Tinses Elias's lips.
Yes.
That's a lie. You sound unsure. Not just unsure, but almost on the verge of a panic attack. Though that probably isn't a good thing to say to him.
They're very familiar choices to me. And perhaps familiar to you.
Eh?
What bouquet did you carry to the altar before?
He looks at me sternly, brows forward in concern.
Crap! Didn't think you'd actually ask that. Make something up!
Truthfully, I can barely recall. They weren't picked by me. I can only remember the haze of blues and pinks through the tears.
I'm so sorry. Perhaps that was too much for you at this moment.
Oh my... What's that supposed to mean?
But I do think you are being hasty. The flowers are lovely together, but the lyre flowers are so dominant. A little too passionate.
Let me choose one more as a proper compliment.
Please do, and take your time. Nothing will hurt you here. I will make sure of that.
That's ominous.
Uh-huh. Sure you will.
Shut up, Taylor. I look over the flowers as slowly as I can, hoping that I can find one that Elias won't freak out over. God, who thought picking flowers would be so stressful? I'm honestly just choosing what looks aesthetically pleasing. Perhaps something with heavy contrast? Here's something deep blue and sharp. I think this will have to do. This flower, if you don't mind. Oh! Wrong choice!
Hey, what's going on?
Elias? Maybe not, dear?
I'm getting static again! The hell?
You can say no.
Violet.
Hey! Status report! You're cutting out again!
Something crashes to the ground and shadows like a meteor striking the mansion, and the spotlight shines on my regretful face. And the sun is out. The sharp rays of light beam through the greenhouse glass, and all we can see is haze. Something is very wrong. Movement, shadows outside the window. Dare I to look? I have to look. An archway, a gazebo, baking In the blazing sun, a lush garden with the promise of life, sickeningly sweet scents hang in the air. She brushes past me like I'm not there. Who is she? Who is she? Elias knows. Elias must know. Violet? She walks between the shadows cast by the trees through the archway under the gazebo. And she's still here beside me, even so far away. She's still here. The wind catches her sun hat while the sun hits a single point on her bosom. I hate that word. Reflecting light into my eyes. Violet's gown, Violet's trail, they stretch into the past that refuses to be forgotten. I look for Elias, wonder why I cannot see him, and I call his name to the sea of green shrubbery. The garden cannot be asked to KO. Violet turns her head towards the interrupter. I see. I feel like I'm being slapped. Elias crumbles to the ground. Without thinking, I try to catch him in my arms to keep him from collapsing, well, as much as one can keep a ghost from collapsing, at least. Are you okay? I didn't know I could catch you like that. Nothing remains besides myself, Elias, and the greenhouse. The day is gone, the garden outside is gone, and Violet, too, is gone.
Hey! Hey! Are you there?
Taylor's worried voice buzzes in my
Everything
ear.
went static for a minute.
Elias, I didn't mean to do anything that would hurt you.
No, you didn't. I left the flowers there after all. You chose fairly, and you made a beautiful bouquet. I apologize for worrying you.
You poor thing. Elias, go lay down, please. I'll read you the bouquet.
I assure you that won't be necessary, but thank you. I should clean this up.
We'll clean up together. We work in tense silence to tidy the greenhouse. I'm worried about Elias, though I wonder what sort of exhaustion ghosts can feel. Where did he go?
My gratitude to you. I'm afraid I must take a moment to gather my wits before I look for my grandmother's recipes.
Okay. Do you want me to accompany you?
I'm flattered, but a bit of privacy would be appreciated.
He looks so tired. I understand. May I look around the manor while I wait? Elias stares past me, not answering for a moment.
You may, so long as you stay on the ground floor. And please, excuse the state of disarray the rooms may be in.
He bows and I return the gesture. Not long after, he faces through a wall, leaving me all alone in the greenhouse.
Okay, you alone? Who was that woman?
Whoa, you heard something?
I heard someone whispering through all the static. A woman, I think. Didn't sound like anyone I recognize.
I think I met Violet DuPont.
Is her spirit there too?
It was like a vision, I think. I don't know. Just let me catch my breath.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay, my steps feel heavy as I return to the hallway. I wasn't expecting floor arrangements to be that intense.
Are you doing all right now?
I'll live.
It might be time to see what you can get up to before your rendezvous with Elias.
Okay, got my head. Okay, we're at the foil.
On the second floor. Yep.
We're gonna take a picture of the lovely lady.
It's
Okay, I'm being careful because I know
probably the precious family jewels Elias.
we got new things coming.
Anyways, I'll look into this and see if I can get any.
Okay, yeah, watch that. Okay. I'm going to assume everything's the same.
Let me
Okay.
know what you find.
Let's see if this is different.
Right, Elias wanted to bake a cake for you. Would he even be able to eat it?
He did have a tea set.
Can you say that again? The line's coming out again.
I said! And then we're dizzy and we fall over. Like a domino. Okay. Chandelier swinging. Feel horrible. There's Violet again. Yep, here she comes!
Hey, can you hear me? Answer!
Get away from me. Collapsing.
Are you
in a
okay?
chair.
Were you attacked? Static took over the line again, and I heard something garbled from your end. Some kind of whispering or...
Yep, it wasn't me, it was Violet
I'm
again.
starting to think there are some other spirits...
I think it was Violet again. Okay.
I'm starting to think there are some other spirits in this mansion besides Elias. Why else would there be interference when he's not even in the room?
Good
Goodness.
question.
Are you quite alright?
I look up at the sound of Elias's
Why do you
voice,
look
and
so
there he
pale?
is. Oh, don't ask questions, buddy. Oh, my sweet Elias, I simply feel like I'm lonely. Yeah, that's it.
It's been like, what? 20 minutes tops?
It was a less.
Forgive me for leaving you to your own devices for so long, dearest. I am here now, so there is no need to linger in the despair of solitude.
Thank you, buddy. My gratitude.
Worry not, my love.
Okay,
For my years in the flesh prepared
I'm
me.
gonna skip this. We're just gonna go to the study. Once we visit the study, we might find out something about the Gallagher family business or that curse that killed them all.
Not a bad plan. Archibald Gallagher made his office in that study, so he talked business deals there.
Cool. Exit the dining room and head towards the study. Do you have any theories about the curse, by the way?
I know about as much as you do. Perhaps one of those shuttered small businesses cast black magic on the family in retaliation for Archibald using them as a stepping stone on his way to the top.
Maybe.
Mr. Archibald Gallagher was known to be a rather stern and ruthless businessman.
Yes, he was. Guess we'll see if we can find any evidence of that in the ledgers. Back in the study, the gentle aroma of chamomile tea permeates the room. Everything looks to be the same as the first time I was in there. It looks like it's business as usual.
What does that mean?
The tea set that Elias had out is still here, and there's way too many books to look through. Not sure where to start.
Unless he took a nap, he'd have to have been doing something.
I scanned the room once more, spotting a few new books on the desk. Maybe Elias was looking at those. I'll start at the desk. There's some volumes here I didn't catch
Sounds
before.
good.
Static cuts off again. While Russ of Disneyus knocks me into the chair. Not again! Husky voices emanate in the darkness. Heavy feet stomp on the plus word. Tension and anger loom in the air. Louder, louder, they're yelling, they're shouting. Which way is up, which way is down? I don't know if I'm standing or floating or sitting or lying. I can't feel anything. I'm suffocating. My lungs are bursting. I want to cry. A tiny ray of light blinds me. I rush towards it in hopes of it granting me solace, cupping my hands around it so it doesn't escape. Inside the light is a little motion picture. Two figures in the study, one taller and older in a chair, and the other much more youthful, leaning on a cane held in his right hand. The figure is vaguely familiar, yet I barely recognize him. His skin isn't translucent and blue. It's Elias.
Blast it all. Your sister died earlier this spring, and already we have to make arrangements for the next funeral.
Father, if you would let me speak just once.
What is it, Elias? I don't have time for idle chatter from a child like you.
Elias taps his cane on the carpet several times in barely restrained protest, though the man named Archibald Gallagher doesn't notice.
I am not a child anymore. I am already of age, and I'd like to make a single request of you. It will not be too much trouble to you, Father.
And what would that be?
My mirror has been in need of repair for the longest time. If you could have someone restore it.
What mirror?
Grandmother's mirror. The one that used to be in the attic. It shattered. But I still have all the pieces.
Archibald turns towards his son in disgust.
You still have that trash in your room. You dare ask me to repair it after you broke it?
Whoa, what happened? Elias's knuckles turn white on his left fist. Well, he's trying to keep as much of a neutral face as he can.
It wasn't me, it was...
I have no time for your childish sentimentality, Elias. That mirror is worth nothing. And I have much more pressing
The
matters to
mule
attend.
caused the curse, didn't it? The last ones to die were the parents. If one of them broke the mule, it probably cursed everyone. And then probably Elias was free from it because he... Oh man, he wasn't even free from it. He died too.
Leave now, or I'll have one of the servants remove you.
Jeez.
Father, I can walk on my own 2 feet just fine.
If Archibald heard Elias, he certainly didn't care to react. Elias grips his cane tightly before turning towards the door, and in the process our eyes meet. My breath hits in my throat before I can muster the willpower to do anything else. And just like that, the scene disappears with a blink. And
Caught
I
me! Hey! Do
hit
you
the
caught
fucking
me?
floor like a sack of bricks. Taylor. My vision adjusts, and suddenly I'm back in the study I walked into. A cold sweat clings to my skin.
Another vision?
Yeah, I'm still not used to these. These things are way worse than the one time Tyler and I tried experimenting with weed and got a bad batch.
Give me a status report.
I steady my breath and grip the arms of the chair as I sink down. I landed in the chair at least, and this time I saw Archibald Gallagher. He was arranging the next family funeral while Elias wanted him to fix a mule.
A mirror?
He said it belonged to his grandmother.
I'll see what I can find out about it. Was there anything else?
One of the other things I saw was that Elias was using his cane, and his dad said something about having servants remove him, like he was an object.
What the actual fuck?
I don't know. Archibald said it as if Elias couldn't leave the study on his own, like he had zero autonomy. And of course Elias was really upset. Fuck, I'm upset about it.
Take your time to catch your breath. Let me know when you're ready.
Thank you. I close my eyes and take in another deep breath. These flashbacks or memories or whatever are extremely tiring, but assuming they're all from Elias's life, I shudder a little. I can't believe he had to go through that. I almost want to cry for him, but I don't know if I have enough time to do that right now. I need to focus. I bring the chair up to the desk and immediately start rifling through the books. There's a series of large notebooks filled with sheets upon sheets of information, aged yellow from the passage of time. I think I found the old Gallagher business ledgers, journals detailing where all the assets are as well. I flipped through more pages, more books. There's bank names, but no clue as to where the jewels might be.
So close, yet so far.
I reach the end of the final notebook and stare stunned at the last leaf. Unlike the other pages written in neat black ink, a red scroll screams at me.
What's wrong?
The hell? The last page of the ledger says, "Those without fortune clings to what they can." It's written in red ink, like someone was desperate.
Wow, that's ominous and not helpful at all. What does it even mean?
Elias is probably the only one who knows. I shift through the ledgers once more. After a sigh, I put the books away.
Nothing else?
I hastily scribbled locations. I think I'd better get back. Quickly put everything away where I found it, and stand from the desk. Scanning the study one last time, I head out back into the hallway. Just as I'm a few paces away from the study, I see Elias turn the corner with a giant grin on his face.
Good news, my dear. I have recovered the recipes. No need to fret any longer.
Yay! Cake time. I jump as he floats closer, quickly trying to regain my composure. Elias, completely oblivious to my panic, continues giving me a reassuring smile.
It's all right, my dear. Now then, have you decided on a flavor?
Choose funfetti! Choose funfetti!
Oh, I love funfetti. Ignoring Taylor, I choose Earl Grey.
An excellent choice.
I feel bad,
the most
okay?
wonderful
I
taste, my
feel
dear.
really fucking bad. I'm going to choose Earl Grey until I completely forget about this game because holy shit.
Please, let me handle the remainder. If you wish to rest, please. I encourage you to do so.
Okay, I'm gonna skip to the part. Okay, those visions. Those are some horrifying things. I think they're only scary because I'm feeling what Elias has felt. Otherwise, they'd just be kind of spooky.
Are you afraid you're digging too deep?
What? I mean, I don't think I have a choice. As far as I can tell, it's all about trying not to remind Elias of his past. But we'll never get anything good if we don't.
Okay, maybe take a step back and...
Relax, I'm already here. I've seen the face of death in a sundress, and I think I can save our club. You've known me for forever. Trust me, please. Violet has to be at the crux of all of this, or close to it. If I keep seeing visions of things we couldn't find out in our research, we should be able to put together the bigger picture. There's so much more to the story than we ever could have thought.
Definitely.
Then there's what happened just now. That vision I had while looking at Archibald's ledger was really intense. God, I felt so frustrated, and he wasn't even talking to me.
I still haven't found anything online about whatever mirror Elias was talking about. Did he mention how big it was? Like, are we talking a hand mirror or a standing mirror?
I don't know. I don't think he brought it up. All he said was that it belonged to his grandmother.
You think it's a red herring? Though, breaking a mirror is pretty bad luck.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Maybe it's the source of the curse.
Ah, yeah, that's what I was thinking, man. And if Elias still has the pieces of that mirror, we can get to the bottom of this whole deal.
That would definitely be something we can boast about. Solving a centuries-old curse. I'm just not sure you should tackle that tonight. Honestly, and I mean it this time, I want you to leave this place. There's something very wrong going on. Nothing we read said anything like this would happen.
Taylor, calm down. I know this isn't what we expected, but what were we expecting exactly? Be honest. Did you think this would actually pan out? 3 years of failure, and now we're finally here. We finally got what we wanted. And we've planned so much. Okay, we're gonna skip this. Okay, we're choosing the necklace. The necklace is heavy in my hands, and it is the ugliest fucking thing I have ever seen in my life! It's hideous! Sorry, Neptune, I didn't mean to wake you up. I need to tone that down a little bit. The necklace is heavy in my hands as I gently pick it up. Boy, bet I could pay off all of my student loans and then some with this thing. I study it closer. It looks almost familiar.
Do you like it?
I do, but I think I've seen this before. Maybe from an old pixel? Elias tilts his head.
It was one of my mother's favorite pieces in this collection. It's also the most expensive.
As he says this, it suddenly becomes even more heavy in my hands.
Here, allow me.
Elias takes the necklace and moves behind me. Could you tell me more about yourself, Elias? I'm curious to know as much as I can about my groom.
Of course.
His hands are cold against my skin as he slides the jewelry around my neck. He clasps it shut, hands lingering for a moment on my skin. He gives a tired sigh before speaking. A hint of melancholy lingers on his
I
lips.
must confess that I was born quite sickly. And my birth came with so many complications that it nearly killed my mother. Even after that ordeal, there was nothing the doctors could do to help my weak constitution. I suppose that's why my father and siblings treated me the way they did. I was seen as a nuisance, a problem. I don't entirely blame them.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
It's far away and in the past now, so enough about that.
Elias moves back around to look at me, a cold, ghostly hand trailing along my cheek. The sadness from his voice has all but disappeared.
Marvelous. The necklace fits you perfectly.
I angle my head up to get a clear view of it in the mirror. It certainly is gorgeous, but I know I can get more information out of Elias if I play my cards right. I'm certain this necklace must bestow infinite beauty upon its wearer. Surely you've seen others don it before.
As I mentioned, this was my mother's favorite piece. It graced her neck quite frequently.
And what of your previous bride-to-be? Did she not wear this as well?
My previous bride.
God, I feel so bad doing this to him. I want him to be happy. This isn't happy. And the smile slips from his lips and his eyes go hazy. I brace myself for another vision. I feel bad. I know it's unpleasant for Elias as much as it is for me, but he's a key witness to the mystery of the panel. His whole life and death, as a matter of fact. The silence stretches on for what feels like forever. Elias's face is completely blank, devoid of any emotion. Elias, dearest, I meant no offense. Elias grips my shoulders, his fingers phasing through my skin, causing a shiver.
Her name was Violet. Violet DuPont, the sister of our groundskeeper. We never wed because she betrayed me the day before our wedding. I suppose she and Gerard were desperate. I should have been on my guard when they continued to ask me about the location of the family jewels day after day. I thought the necklace, the grandest piece in the collection, would have been enough to hold her interest. I had promised to share the rest of them with her after our consummation. But before I could even cry out for help, Gerard held me down while Violet...
I put my hand over Elias's in an attempt to show him that I don't need to hear anything else. Forgive me, Elias, we don't need to speak of her anymore. Elias's grip on my shoulder eases. He gives me a sad smile.
No, you needn't apologize whatsoever. There's no need for me to reminisce, and you shouldn't have to compare yourself to her.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be compared to your model. At least that's what I'd like to say. And I want to stop, but I need to know the truth straight from the host's mouth. Tell me about the things that brought you joy to your life. You have a fine eye for beauty, Elias. I'm sure there were other items you held precious and dear.
You've seen the greenhouse already, so you can imagine its splendor in full bloom. I quite liked reading on the bench there when my energy permitted. It was quite difficult to visit in a consistent manner, however, so I often had flowers brought up so that I could enjoy the fragrant floral bouquets in the comfort of my room.
Elias leaves my side momentarily to grab an ornate box from the vanity.
Aside from the flowers, there was also a family heirloom that belonged to my grandmother. It was an antique silver mirror, and a very charming one at that. At least...
I lean forward as he opens the box, and I peer into its contents.
That was... before it shattered.
Oh no. Elias does still have the mirror pieces.
I liked it quite a lot, and ended up taking it out of the attic in my early childhood. I used to look into it and imagine myself as some sort of fair prince. It was innocent daydreaming, but alas, my 6 older siblings would often mock my love of the mirror. And with such a weak constitution and gentle demeanor, there was little I could do. When 6 people who aren't very fond of you get physical, well, you can imagine what might happen. The mirror was shattered, and I was the one blamed.
He gently closes the box and pauses.
Grandmother didn't seem to mind that it broke, but I cried for days. Maybe it was sentimentality, guilt, or fear. But whatever the case, I simply could not let it go. I forbade any of the maids or butlers to toss out the shards. The mirror was meant to be a wedding gift, and I was determined to have it fixed one day.
It seems like that day never came.
Yes. It was one of my greatest regrets when I died, silly as it sounds.
It's not that silly. I don't think it's silly at all. That mirror was important to you, and you've held on to it all this time. I think it's admirable. Not to mention, that mirror could very likely be the source of the Gallagher Curse. But does Elias know that?
Thank you for understanding, my dear.
The melancholy atmosphere in the room fades as he smiles warmly at me.
I am quite eager for our union. I think it'll be something glorious. I've always wanted a grand wedding, and to think I'll be marrying someone as lovely as you.
Aww. Well, you are too kind, Elias.
Come, follow me outside. I have much to show you.
We exit his bedroom together and go down the stairs one last time. New accessory adding weight to my every step.
Soon we shall be wed, my darling, and we'll have all of eternity together.
Elias still seems to be... The truth behind this so-called Gallagher Curse wasn't some small business exacting revenge on the family, or Elias pulling puppet strings in order to make himself the sole heir. No, the Gallagher bloodline probably met its end because that antique mirror shadowed when Elias was a child. He said that mirror was meant to be a wedding gift. Has the curse ended, or will I die too? The thought makes me shudder.
My love, what's on your mind?
Nothing. Everything that has happened and is about to happen, it's Nova's excitement. And so full of dread. Okay. Let's skip ahead. Whoa. Okay. Jealous of who?
Me, I assume. There's a rival suitor vying for your affections.
It's true. I think you're great, and I really, really like you.
Thank you, Tyler. I really like you. As a friend.
I've wanted to tell you
Though you
that
do
for
have
some
pretty
time.
eyes.
Since about the day we met, to be honest. But
Okay.
you were such a good friend. I was scared to, but I guess I found a different way to...
What a charming and sad story, Taylor.
Okay, Elias
How could I
is-
not be moved?
Okay.
But, my dear, I need you to tell me the truth. What did you come here for?
Okay, came here to help Taylor, and we decided to investigate. We knew people broke in, and that they were ghosts. Nothing I told you was true. There was no previous wedding.
I see.
Truth is out. And it had to happen sometime. But Elias is too polite to just disappear like
But
that.
not all of this was a lie, was it? Your demeanor changed as we spent time together.
Yes, it did.
You got to know me. You learned about the real me. And I think your heart opened.
Oh no, come on, don't do this! I get that you're lonely, but you're completely missing the point here.
Taylor, please. Where we go from here is up to them to decide.
Elias, first I have a question for you.
Then I shall do my best to answer.
Do you know what caused the curse behind the death of your family?
I do not. No. None of the deaths were connected, at least not to my knowledge. And contrary to popular belief, I did not orchestrate those accidents. I'm not a cruel person. And I hope you can at least attest to that after tonight.
I never said that you were, Elias, but Taylor and I had some theories.
We did?
Keep off! God damn! You're slow today! I elbow him in the side and roll my eyes. Elias, I saw glimpses into your past tonight. Wisps of memories that allowed me to feel your emotions. ... And two things that stood out to me. The first was Violet, and how uneasy you felt whenever she was around. Memories involving her would leave me disoriented and scared for my life. The second was you yourself, talking about the shadowed mirror with your father. At the mention of the mirror, both of the men fixed their posture. I felt your frustration like I was suffocating. I hated it. Breaking a mirror is bad luck in a lot of cultures. When you showed me those shards in your room, you told me that all of your siblings blamed you for shadowing it.
Yes. I was simply admiring myself in the mirror's reflection when they came to snatch it out of my hands. I tried to keep it safe, as it belonged to my grandmother, but...
6 versus 1 isn't very fair. And your parents probably didn't side with you on this, did they?
Elias shakes his head, the gears turning in his brain. In addition, that mirror was meant to be a wedding gift, wasn't it? It was never gifted to any of your sibling spouses because it was broken, and your father didn't bother to repair it.
So then, the curse.
It was the mirror! I think your strong feelings towards that mirror inadvertently caused your family to become cursed. That does make sense, right, Taylor?
Yeah, I guess that's enough of an explanation as any.
Then even my own death at the hands of the DuPonts was part of the curse's doing, just as I thought.
Pop, pop, pop.
Actually, if we go by their explanation, I don't think Violet DuPont jamming a dagger into your neck was because of the curse. You two technically weren't even married yet, and that whole stabbity-stab thing was a textbook example of premeditated murder. You know, the opposite of a fatal accident. You were so desperate for love that you ignored your gut instinct about something feeling off with Violet the entire time.
Elias looks down at his hands and then at the floor, despondent and on the brink of tears. Somebody hug this man!
I see. So if I were to carry on with the wedding and marry them, then they too would die of the curse.
Not necessarily.
If that's the case, then I'll never have my wedding. Even in death.
The room is silent as Elias reaches the realization. I feel so bad, but I don't want to die for his sake.
Hang on. I think I have an idea.
About what?
If we're right about the mirror needing to fulfill its purpose as a wedding gift, then all Elias needs to do is give you the mirror after the ceremony.
I'm sorry? I got at Taylor in a sudden change of heart. I thought you didn't want me to marry Elias.
Elias, I'm really sorry for shouting at you when I burst in. I was venting about a lot of personal stuff that doesn't remotely involve you, and you didn't deserve that.
Damn right he didn't. Thank you for apologizing.
And Bud, I never should have forced your hand into doing the field mission for me. At the very least, I should have come sooner to provide backup. But if you two trust me on this, and you're willing to try, everyone can have their happy ending. At least, I'm like 95% sure this will work.
But weren't you opposed to our union?
Maybe they did get to know you better tonight. I shouldn't tell them what decision to make. So, as you said, let them decide.
They both look at me expectantly. Elias, I love you as much as I could ever love a friend. It may not be the love you crave, but if you'll still have me, and if it helps to break the curse to finally free your soul, I will accept your hand. My groom's face alight with a sad smile.
Yes. I suppose your hand in marriage is all that I had asked of you when we first met. And so, I graciously accept this arrangement.
We both turn to face Taylor.
Do you take Elias Gallagher to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together in matrimony, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, in sickness and in health, in sorrow
so
and in joy,
happy.
to have and to hold, from this day forward, as long as you both shall exist on this plane of existence?
Nice save there, buddy. I do.
And do you, Elias, take them to be your lawfully wedded, yada yada, etc., etc., as long as you both shall exist on this plane of existence?
Show me his face. Show me his face. Elias shoots Taylor a disappointed look for ruining the mood, sighing. Oh my god, Taylor. I mean, fail's fail. Elias did it first.
I do.
But he's still so happy.
By the authority vested in me as the official president of the Occult History and Sciences Investigation Club, I now pronounce you married.
Taylor erupts in an applause that echoes throughout the ballroom, accented by leftover spirits Elias had summoned, while the man himself kisses me swiftly on the cheek.
And now, my dear, all that I possess in my mortal years belongs to you.
It does?
Yes, please come with me to the study. Quickly now.
Aussies. We all collectively exit the ballroom and follow Elias's lead to the study. Taylor lags behind a bit, but I pull on his sleeve before he follows behind and gets lost wandering in the halls of the manor. Elias pulls out a paper from the drawer and clasps his hands together, causing it to glow with a ghastly light.
Here we are. My will, freshly written. With this, the mirror has been transferred into your possession, my beloved.
Taylor and I scan the document.
I, Elias Gallagher, former head of the Gallagher estate, hereby leave all my material possessions, including the Gallagher family jewels, and the manor itself to my beloved partner. I mean, a will written by a ghost would never hold up in court, but for the sake of breaking the curse, I think this should work.
It will.
Elias floats away from us with a complacent smile on his face.
My wish for a wedding of my own has finally been fulfilled. And now, it is time for me to depart from this world.
Are you sure? But we just met. I never got a chance to really get to know you, and he holds up a hand to stop me.
I am an ancient relic of decades long since past. A memory of a life tethered to this land. But now that I am married to you, I am free.
No, bud, you belong to me. Get your ass back here. Elias casts a sideways glance at Taylor.
Mr. Taylor Potts.
Yeah?
Take good care of them in my stead. If you make them sad.
Elias's lips break into a sly smile.
I may come back to haunt you.
Nice.
I plan on it. The, taking care of them part. Please don't haunt me.
Elias chuckles.
Very well.
Elias takes my hand one last time.
Live and prosper where I could not. Farewell, my love. May we meet again in
Yes,
heaven.
please. Goodbye, Elias Gallagher. Thank you for everything. With a final bow, Elias slowly fades from the room.
So, is your last name really gonna be Gallagher now?
Taylor, why do you always kill the mood? After a full 24 hours of uninterrupted sleep, Taylor looked up whether my surname was legally going to be Gallagher now. Turns out that if both spouses didn't sign a marriage certificate, you can't be legally wed. Not in this day and age, so the last name thing doesn't actually matter in the long run. Hopefully Elias wasn't going to be too mad about that. After doctoring the will a bit, we laid claim to the photons left in the Gallagher mansion. And as it turns out, they kept more than just the family jewels in there.
Holy cannoli, we're rich!
I'm rich. I'm just redistributing the wealth to you.
Who cares about the details? We can repair the entire mansion and, like, actually live in it. And then we don't have to pay rent.
I would totally do that. That's very true, actually. Damn, maybe I should marry more ghosts to inherit their estates. While we were so caught up in the legal matters that we forgot to recruit more members for the OSIC, Taylor and I would go on to clear Elias's name of any wrongdoing in the local legends. It only felt right after all he did for us. And so we spent a small fraction of my new fortune repairing the mansion and the antique mirror to its former glory, and spent the rest of our college days rent-free. Ending gay for the truth. Okay. You've gotten all the endings. Check the extra menu for a very special scene. Okay. So we're gonna check out that very special scene. Achievements. Okay. Portraits. Cute. Photos. Neat. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Moments. Cool. Music box. Oh, cool. We'll do Elias's theme. Oh, honeymoon. I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video and would like to see more like what I'm about to do here, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. This will probably be in the 18+ section, but I will find out. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good night.